Good morning and welcome to Signature Morning on Signature TV. It's Friday, yes, the week has run its full course and now the weekend is just around the corner. Today is the 26th day of September 2025 and we're set for another engaging time with you today. You know, Lillian, Fridays just have this different energies, like everyone is a little extra happy and, you know, have this spring in their step.
Of course. Good morning, Uche.
Good morning.
You know it's my favorite day of the week.
I know it's your favorite day of the week. So what are your plans for the weekend? And don't tell me you are going to stay at home and do nothing because I know you have plans.
Yes, I do. I actually plan to go for window shopping.
Oh,
from
really?
there, go for a conference, and that's
you're a big girl. I like that.
Oh, really?
I like that, of course. And
how about you?
Well, we'll go out probably. We'll be outside.
Outside. Okay.
Anyway, we are seeing that the United Nations General Conference, yes, it's going on, and the Nigerian government has made their own speech as well.
Yes.
And we're seeing that other countries of the world, other presidents from other countries of the world are making their own speeches as well. I mean, it's quite a good one. Exactly. Yes. Well, whatever the weekend brings, we still have today to make it count. So let's get right into it. I am Uchenna Chimdi Oluoha.
And I am Lillian Wali. Just give us a moment. When we return, our newspaper headlines and review will follow. And yes, for our headlines, and on the Punch newspaper, 2027 presidency, coalition demands Atiku, Obi'S full membership. APC orders pushback as coalition directs members to abandon parties for ADC.
804 billion naira arms imports ignite calls for local production. And Southeast governors pushing for Nnamdi Kanu's release, says OT.
And Niger Delta militancy made Jonathan's presidency possible, Ateketom says. And INEC gears up for off-cycle polls, promotes 471 officers.
Oven fire forces Delta Lagos Atlanta flight diversion. 6 hospitalized as Lagos Sales collapsed 2-story building on pages 4 and 5.
And marketers fault Dangote's 500,000 litre fuel delivery threshold. Ladoja ascends Olubadan throne.
On the Guardian newspaper, big story pages 4 and 5, economic recovery. Nigeria not broke, but deep fiscal concerns linger.
2027, ADC leaders scramble to fix deep rifts as opposition coalition nears collapse. And over 6,000 lives lost to religious, ethnic conflict, says Plateau governor.
2027, Ganduje, Jibrin, others vow to retake Kanu for Tinubu. And on page 27, new study links poverty, transport woes to worsening health in Lagos.
How Tinubu ended career stagnation in paramilitary services, and blackout averted as electricity workers suspend strike. That's on page 3.
Now on the Vanguard newspaper, why apathy dogs voter registration in Southeast South? Both zones record 50,681 physical registrations, less than Osun's 83,284. Southwest, Northwest lead. North-South record missed fortunes. North leads in pre-registration. South tops with physical registration. Waiting for last minute, mistrust responsible for apathy, says Afeni Ferre. INEC should make exercise less cumbersome, says Pandef. Don't be complacent, ACF urges citizens. Why we are not interested, Southeast residents. Yaga Africa, other CSOs, MBF speak. You can find all of that on page 5.
And on page 19, Nigeria attracts $19.92 billion investment signals in Q2 2025. And Mosop others reject Tinubu's oil resumption in Ogoni.
Excitement in Ibadan as Ladoja ascends throne today. Blackout averted as electricity workers shelf strike after FG's intervention.
And Tinubu promotes 52,000 paramilitary officers in 2 years. Interior Minister says DMO offers 200 billion naira bonds for subscription.
ADC to members, quit other parties now. Traders lament as Lagos government demolishes 19 buildings at Trade Fair Plaza.
And on the Nation newspaper, experts, economists, worst times of reforms pains over. Manufacturing has stabilized. Gains begin to reach average Nigerians.
Barao, Ganduje, others step up plan to displace NNPP in Kano.
And Edo secures $250 million investment at Gaslo Summit. Amcon sells 34% stake in Unity Bank to Providence Bank.
3 children found dead in father's car booth on page 3 and tinted glass. IG warns against extortion on page 4.
147 terrorists arrested, dozens killed, 41 kidnapped victims rescued.
Contractors yet to buy into concrete road policy. And NUPRC okays Total Energies deal. All right, and that's the much we can take on our newspaper headlines and this morning. And now over to our review. We have Chris and Maduka in the studio this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Uche. Good morning, Lilian.
Good morning, Chris.
It's always bright and early to see whenever I look at your faces. I feel energized. I heard you ladies talking about the weekends.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the ladies, weekends can, but if you're a Christian father like me, weekends come with responsibility. The family must eat, and in Nigeria of hardship and hunger,
Yes.
you know, the man who wears the shoe knows where he paints. So, but that won't stop you guys from enjoying your weekends. So welcome to another day on this review on Signature Television. You have been told my name. So let's start from the top.
Yes.
And that's punch. The punchy punch. You know, coalition demands Atiku Obi'S full membership. And that's fine. That's fine. You know why it's fine is that the politics of Nigeria is that you have to take 2 good years to prepare for another election. And everybody has spoken about that. That's it. So what we are talking now is that ADC has been the fought for their registration. Some people came together in coalition from the ADC, but for these politicians that came together to form ADC, for them not to have left their major parties and still hang loose, you know, they become a party, what they call them now, mulattoes. They are neither here nor here. Means that they are not even trusting themselves. And for any Nigerian politician, you know, those who used to kill people with machete, they can never allow anybody to walk at their back with machete. Now, that is the problem. These are politicians coming together. They find it difficult to even trust themselves. After all, when they came together in coalition, by now we would have said all of them are party members of ADC. But for the major players not to have declared full for ADC, then it means ADC had to go and search where he took their bags to carry their clothes because something is all wrong. And I said, when a bird has not perched on a tree, and he has deposited a large chunk of drops, of bird drop, then it means something is wrong. What will happen when he perch? ADC has not even, just suddenly have been registered. But what we are hearing now is some of the members still hang loose in their original parties. It means ADC. If ADC is not the problem of itself, then something is a problem of ADC. And of course you expect. It's just that we are not expecting that ADC, with the caliber of people who came together in coalition, should look like what people predicted they are. Nigerian politicians who just come together to deceive themselves. They were initially described as association of disgruntled whatever ADC. Now, if they play into the hands of the enemies, that's woe to them. They should look at what happened to their fellow slaves and know that such fate awaits them. That's all I can say. As a Christian father, I speak more. When it comes to Nigerian politics, I prefer to speak more with allusions because even me, I'm confused. You don't even know how to handle Nigerian political issues. Every day they come up with the issues that get people confused. Why is it that Atiku and Obi has not joined food? It's confusing because they are the ones who propped the idea of coalition, and they were the first time playing at the top. So where are they now? Is it that their case is like after helping to babysit a baby, they now fell down? It's an irony. So let's watch them. But we have 2 good years to watch. Yeah. It's also the APC shouldn't put too much pressure because those people need to also know that the house where they are going is standing. If it doesn't have, if it has cracks, you don't just invite a big man into your house when the roofs are really leaking everywhere. You clean your house very well, and people can come comfortably. So there's a lot of work for ADC to do to pull in the likes of Obi and Atiku into that party. And of course, these 2 giants, Atiku will be, you can say 2 captains hardly find themselves in a. But these are they should sort it out. They are politicians. They know how to do that.
Okay, Chris, do you think Nigeria can actually locally manufacture arms? Because we're seeing here that 804 billion naira arms imports ignite calls for local production.
And the people who are calling for it, with 80.4 billion naira, you can set up a factory to manufacture Scud missiles. Okay, set up a factory with arms factory with that. The world might not want you to manufacture Scud missiles and all the nuclear heads. Start manufacturing AK-47 that you're importing, and the AK-49 and the Kalashnikovs that fuel the nation. But then, my people talk say, if Nigerians now they are not, we have not set up arms factory in Nigeria, and now there are small arms in almost every corner in the hands of non-state actors. So what will happen if Nigeria set up a factory that manufactures AK-47? 240 million Nigerians will, of course, maybe at that time, if everybody have it, maybe it will solve a problem. I don't know. But I'm looking at it. It's a newspaper review we are into. I am not the chief of army staff. No, I am not the president. But if you are spending this much importing arms that end up in the hands of non-state actors, then you probably take the plunge of starting such that. But we have had in the past, what are they talking about? Nigerian army, even they have said they've started manufacturing some small part of their what they use as arms. They should go into it because no matter what you do for your girlfriend's son, he won't call you Papa. If Nigeria wants sovereignty they are looking for and independence, there are certain things they shouldn't depend on the other nations of the world fully for. This is also part of it. You want a bullet, you go to Russia, you go here, bring it and import it and spend this kind of money. You want this, you go here, but you want Kalashnikov, you go to Russia, you want this, you want. And these are the people who expect you bring it and give to your army. Some of them, the armies, the people locally are not trained. There is nothing those people cannot do to make sure you are dependent on them. Even by also, they have a place where people said, some of these people that supply us arms are also causing trouble for us, so that we go and buy arms from them. When we stop buying arms from them, they will stop causing us trouble. Because the nations that have been named as part of the people, directly or indirectly, that are people who have a hand in insecurity in Nigeria, are the ones who look at Africa and look at us and say, Lillian and Uche, they are moving so much in harmony. Once you put trouble in them and they need arms, they will come and import to kill themselves. Shame. So there is so much thing happening in the world. But my father said, Johnny Beribe, it's only the foolish man's yam they used to make snake pepper soup. So Nigeria has won themselves As one of the foolish nations, they use their yam to make the foolish babies. You go import arms to kill yourselves.
All right, now on The Guardian, we are seeing that economic recovery, Nigeria not broke, but deep fiscal concerns linger.
If Nigeria is not broke and the fiscal concerns link, what are they talking about? Some of these newspaper headlines get you confused, and they brought me here to review. So what do I say? If somebody says, not here nor there, so you get us talking. It's not distraction. Nigeria is either broke or that the debt profile of Nigeria, which calls for the fiscal concern, and the flow of illegal funds in Nigeria has got us confused. So there must be something that is either one thing must have been our problem. And until we identify it, we will still be talking from both sides of their mouth. Nigeria is not broke, fiscal concern. So what brought fiscal concern if Nigeria is not broke? Are they telling us we go back to 1977 when Nigeria opened their mouth and tell the world that we have so much money, is how to spend it? Some people are proving that Nigeria cannot afford so many things they are pushing. They cannot afford it. That's why they are borrowing. If we are not broke, why are we borrowing more than we have? You better accept. There's no booger. You better accept your problem and know, because they say if a bachelor does not take care, they will carry him past the front of his in-laws. He won't know where he passes his in-laws to be. That's what is happening to Nigeria. Nigeria needs to sit down and reflect on this fact and stop pulling shoulders with some countries have laid low and they are using internal reflection to solve. But we find Nigeria, because of our complex nature, we are too loud. Before we think about what to do, we have exposed it to the world, and we think that somebody somewhere will come and take pity on Nigeria and say, hey, you guys are suffering so much, we now solve, pick all your debt, like they did in the past for us during the Okonjo Iweala, coordinating financial minister. Nigeria got forgiven of their debt. And we have accumulated 140-something billion, trillion debt, or whatever, whether in dollar or naira. And they think, these people, when we are still borrowing, you will come one day and say, hey, do not forget it. Forget it. We have dashed it to you. Forget it. I got this. The way somebody in Nollywood, he said he was trying to speak in Igbo, English in Igbo. He said, forget it. So he thinks somebody will come one day and say, Nigeria, forget it. Generations of Nigeria yet unborn are being faced. But our concern is, we know we have financial problems. We are not sitting down and declaring emergency on it and bring eggheads to really use our leg to look for what dropped inside the river.
So I'm trying to understand why government is, Lagos government is demolishing 19 buildings at Trade Fair Plaza.
I saw a viral video where some people were crying and they have ethnically profiled it. And I was asking God, let it not be true. That is only the property of the Obi'S that have been destroyed at the Trade Fair complex in Lagos. There were viral video going anywhere on the Nigerian side. I have it still in my video phone. It came out yesterday. People are crying, calling Obi'S to go home, that Lagos is not meant for them. If the government of Lagos State are sure of what they are doing, and they want to convince everybody who want to call for unless they are saying Lagos is fully saturated with investment, they don't need any other person. Or there's a particular tribe they want to go so that others will have space, they better declare it. Let it not be what the Igbos in Lagos are saying. Let it not be, because I don't want to believe it is. Because someday in the last 1 month, somebody was saying Lagos, whether it's a land for all, whether it's owned by this or what, we are not saying, we are not into who owns the land. I'm saying, you own the land, you ask people to come and invest, you should give them a template of investment and where they should invest and where not invest. It's not when they finish investing, you start demolishing their investment without compensation. without due diligence. And they are seeing it that it's like ethnically profiled, and you don't care. I don't know how to say it, but if you every day and saying we are one Nigeria, why are we deceiving ourselves? You will not probably declare that everybody go home, and people should begin to and start forfeiting, and they should lick their wound, and whatever Igbos have invested in all part of the world, they should forfeit it and go home. And after all, in Nigeria, we have had abandoned property. They didn't kill the Igbos. They know where they invested, even in the whole land, and they were asked is abandoned. If that's what Lagos want to be, let them come all out. After all, in the past, people who did it were open to say abandoned. But let us not deceive ourselves and be playing some useless, dangerous politics that will make this nation to continually be in a pensive and tension mode. Who enjoys it? Who benefits from it? What political, for ordinary people, citizens who woke up and say they are Nigerians, everywhere they go, they have one issue or the other, and we're saying we are one Nigeria. I am for one Nigeria, but I also believe that if one Nigeria is not working out for us, it's not supposed to be by force. We shouldn't force anything. Mutually, we have had nations, big nations of the world who divided along their small states, and they are still doing very well. Instead of what we are doing here, we deliberately open our eyes, telling ourselves lies and hoping that it will get better. I keep using this word. Nigeria is a nation that says a lot of lies, and these lies are denied by people. If I'm an Igbo man, if I tell a lie, if fellow Igbo man want to deny it. When an Hausa man tells lies, Hausa people want to defend me. When a Yoruba tells lies, it's like, hey, you cannot tell. And we are running around this circle, not growing. It can never work out.
All right, now we're seeing that on the Vanguard, voter apathy still in southeast and south-south, less than those in the southwest and northwest.
It is true, and I've said it here. A man who was stung by bee, when he sees Orokijiji, he runs. The southeast voters have been stung by Nigerian political bee and the electoral bee. In fact, wasp. There's that kind of wasp, they call wasp, those tiny ones that if that one stings you. The southeast Nigeria has not only been stung by electoral bees and wasps, they are being chopped and eaten alive by electoral tigers and hyenas and dangerous animals. These are the people. You deceive people once. They say no problem, maybe it is a mistake. You came back second time, mobilize them, deceive them again. We are waiting. They are just lamenting, and well, it's not lament because they probably do not. They want to achieve a result. By making sure the southeast do not come out to register, it becomes an easy way. They can always tell us. We have had in the past, people say, I got 5% vote from Southeast, so why should I? And the Southeast said, give us 5% development. They were not even given 0. And that era passed. When they make sure that they get make sure the Southeast and the South-South get this frustrated in politics and the electoral process of Nigeria, they want to ask them to vote. I think it's calculated and well-planned arrangement. But what do I tell the Southeast and the South-South compatriots? If you, because your house, somebody whose house is burning should not go and start pursuing rats that came out of the burning house. They should reflect and then face this bull directly, because the person who planned for you to fail, somebody who want to plan for you, who said, I'm going to burn you with fire. You go and start taking your daily bath with combustibles, the PMS, whether they're expensive, and the gas, CMG, or whatever you use to bath. You're only helping that person. What am I saying? The Southeast and South-South, that is if the South-South are involved because they know how to handle themselves. I'm talking about Southeast because I'm talking from, and I'm a Southeasterner with no apologies, but I respect everybody. So I'm talking about my own. I'm telling my people, Go out. If there's still time, register. There's nothing that is worse than not even having the voter's card and you are looking for excuse because nobody will love you more than your mother. Nobody even love you more than yourself. So go back and start registering because they say when we do them this thing, they won't register and we achieve our result. That has even happened to some Easterners in civil service. When the civil service, Igbo man is in civil service, you give him query, he will tell the query and slap his organ and go, in a Nyemundi and go. And they know that the temperament of the Southeasterners and their violent nature makes them, you provoke them and they're batoba. That's what they do. That should not happen in later because it's worse. It will be worse when they succeed in getting the Southeasterners in the electoral process to abandon what they should do, use as a weapon to even make a little fight. The tortoise said he knows that his wife will beat him in a fight, even beat him to pulp. But whenever his wife come back to beat him, he will scratch the surface so that people will say tortoise made an effort to fight. No, you know, those that carry tortoise and go.
Okay.
So, that's
okay,
it.
Chris. Okay.
And before you people tell me it's time, Southeast government pushing for Nnamdi Kalu's release. For them to wake up now, pushing for Nnamdi Kalu's release. It's a good move, yes. But what we are saying, we have had an unofficial video where there are people posting and saying that let it not be that when you hold Nnamdi Kanu, after all the courts in Nigeria said he's not guilty of anything, when the guy, whatever happens, you go and release him and he's crying that they want access to his hospital and they're delaying. Not when the man is almost dead, you now release him into and say to go and die. We are watching and the people are watching. Nigeria know what they are doing because a nation against one man is an error. It could be anybody. So if you think Nnamdi Kanu deserve to be released, release him. Why holding him? And all the people are calling for, even people from outside. In fact, the more people that are calling for his release are from outside Igbo land. Meaning they saw something Nigeria is not seeing. And they've been warned. It's not about warning. We're even pleading with the government. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu with all the promise that when you release him, we will have Brita and in the southeast Nigeria. Why not try it and see whether we have peace?
All right, Chris, thank you so much. We can't exhaust all the headlines, but we've done justice to the ones that we can.
Yes.
For the Olu Bado, we say, how do you say it in Yoruba? I greet him and wish him well in the throne of his fathers. We say his reign shall be for a very, very long time. From his journey from being to the throne of ancient kingdom of Ibadan is appreciated. Ladoja the Oba, the Olubado of Ibadan, we say, we wish
all right.
you
God bless Nigeria. Don't forget that part.
Okay, we shouldn't forget that is our tagline. So for some of you and most of you that have watched us from around the world and mostly Nigerians who took interest in what we are doing at Signature TV, we say, God bless all of you and God bless you, my little angels here. And for everybody, but remember, God's blessing is for those who desire to be blessed.
All right, we are always delighted to have you in the studio, Chris Maduka, for our review, and that's where we, call it quits on that newspaper headlines and review. We'll take a moment. When we return, Signature Morning continues.